Hey guys, HappyCattyCrypto here and welcome back to the channel. So I hope you're enjoying your bank holiday weekends wherever you are, and I hope you didn't do what I did today, which was wake up, drive to work, sitting there thinking, wow, there's really no traffic on the road today. Wow, there's no people at work today. Oh, it's bank holiday weekend. Good one. So I'm back home now after the huge palaver this morning, which is very interesting for me. You can tell how obsessed we get with crypto. I've been watching the market very carefully over the course of this weekend. Now, a lot of people sitting there inside their bubble, so to speak, would not really be looking at the liquidations and all of the different things that are currently unfolding in the market. So what I want to do here today on Monday, Bank Holiday Monday, is get you guys up to date as to what's happened over the course of the weekend and why I'm feeling so very bullish on crypto. And honestly, I hope you guys have been loading up during this time of what I've been calling an accumulation zone. I've been going crazy. I've been buying so many different coins. I've been getting involved in so many different things that are more or less dead. Like when you look at charts like this, you instantly just think, yeah, that's dead. I'm looking for those things that people think that they're dead. I'm trying to get them before they become hot again. So anyway, let's take a look at these liquidations. So what we've had is over $175 million in total liquidations as BTC price reclaimed 64K. So last week we were covering BTC. We were looking at the price and we were talking about this inverse cup and handle that was playing out. And I thought this was really important because this liquidation, this threshold that's been hit and we've started to come back up really gives us a sign as to this possible bounce back. But what everybody needs to understand at the moment is we're going through a phase, what's called chop solidation. And we spoke about this last week in our previous videos, and it's more or less just an area where we go up, we go down, we go up, we go down, we go up, we go down. And as we go up, everybody gets hyped, and as we go down, everybody eats crap. And it's just going to be a phase like that. And all you can really do is learn to best play the market in these situations. So like I was saying, we were looking at BTC last week. We were looking at this inverse cup and handle. And what I was saying is the possibility of coming down to that 50K mark and bouncing on a support line and moving back upwards. And we would either crunch past that support line. We would come back down to probably that 47,000 mark. Instead, we've seen a clean bounce. We've seen those liquidations and we're starting to move back upwards. So what we can do, we can actually remove these downwards and we can say to ourselves, well, we've had the validation of all of those liquidations down here. We've had a strong bounce, which has sent us back upwards. This is positive. This is playing out how we thought it might play out. And this is really good. But everybody needs to understand that there's a high possibility that we just keep going like this and slowly moving upwards as we do it. But that's kind of what I think we're in store for over the next few weeks to maybe 1 to 2 months before we start to really see big movements going back upwards. But anything can happen during those times. There's so much stuff going on, and something really positive at the moment for me is all of these different court cases with like SBF, TFL, CZ Binance have all come to an end. And now all I really see from that kind of stuff is bullish news, because when CZ does finally ride his sentence out, he gets released, it's going to be bullish. Like, it's going to be really bullish. It's going to be something that probably turns the market green. So let's take a look at this report from China. I think this is really interesting because once again, last week we were speaking about Hong Kong being the gateway to China. And they've done this many times throughout history, using and utilizing a small division of themselves, so to speak, depending on how you look at things through a historical stance. I'm not here for a history lesson. This is just strictly crypto. But Hong Kong seems to be the gateway for China to get back involved with crypto. So back in, it does state somewhere, so back in 2021, there was a ban on Bitcoin. But this is a situation where the legislation, the rules, the laws that surround it are kind of foggy. And it's like this in a lot of countries. For example, if you look at Gibraltar and look at the way that they tax crypto, they don't actually tax crypto, right? But you have to pay 12.5% corporate gains. It's very peculiar because there's not an actual law that targets it and says, hey, this is illegal, it has to be taxed, or all of the different ins and outs. And this is a situation that's kind of unfolding in China. So a new report on BTC has been published in China, known for its bans on Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. The report, written by Chinese academics, stated that BTC could be considered a property. So academics who agree on the property characteristics of Bitcoin stated that BTC and cryptocurrencies have a relatively small area in terms of legal regulations in China. So at this point, academics pointed out that BTC and cryptocurrencies are not completely banned, but also said that they are not contraband goods. So as a result, the academics who reached a general conclusion about Bitcoin wrote the following. Bitcoin is not legal, but it is not completely banned either. BTC is not a contraband commodity either. Bitcoin is actually tradable and has economic value, so it can be considered property. Chinese scholars generally agree on the property attributes of Bitcoin and summarize Bitcoin and digital currency have a relatively small space for legal order in China, but it is not completely banned. It is not a it's not contraband. In fact, it can be traded and has economic value. So ... So Chinese academics coming out and saying this is quite a big thing, because if you're into current goings on of the economic standing of the globe, so to speak, the whole new world order and stuff like that, China are pretty on top of what kind of information they allow to be put out. Okay, they're very good at what they do. This is the whole thing with TikTok at the moment, with it being banned in the United States and other people wanting to fall suit. It's a situation where, for me, this is really bullish. And this possibly could make the market go upwards. This could provide a nice little green atmosphere to sort of say, without saying, if that makes sense, that, hey, look, we're trying to get involved in BTC again. It's not legal, but it's not illegal. We're trying to figure it out. The laws are hazy. It's all interesting stuff for me. Really, really interesting stuff. So as you can tell, and if you haven't looked already at your portfolios, I mean, who doesn't look at theirs every 5 seconds? But the market's looking green. We're looking on the day here on Crypto Bubbles. Things are looking green. If we look at the week, things are hugely green. On the month, everything's kind of down because we had that really, really, really good run as we moved up to around, I think it was like $72,000 on BTC, which was a new all-time high. All of this was totally out of character. So looking on the month, not so good. But this is why I've been saying it's such a good time to accumulate. It's such a good time to get involved and look for plays. You shouldn't be buying when everything starts running, it starts going green. You should be buying when everything's red, dollar cost averaging in and trying to not go balls deep and think that you've found the bottom, but just commit small amounts and try do it in a smart and strategic way. Because every time you go 100% with your portfolio into something, you've got nothing left. You've got nothing that remains if there's any more possible dips. You always want to leave your options open. But there you go, on the day, looking good. So what am I looking to get involved in, and what have I been getting involved in recently? So when is definitely something that I've been dollar cost averaging into for a long time. I've got a shorthand bag, and then I've got that long-term bag hold as well. And then it's the same for Book of Meme, looking very interesting once again. OPXH is an underdog, still moving, still looking good. I'm still dollar cost averaging into all of these different positions because the utility market in itself, and yes, we've got the meme market, we've got GameFi, we've got all of these different things, but the utility market in itself has its own run. So although I am looking at loads of different meme coins like Peng, a lot of these Solana coins like Ponky, I'm also looking at utility-based plays like Orbit, OPXH, VSG is a big utility play that I'm looking into. And once again, I've got loads of these little silly little meme coins because you just don't know which one's going to be the next bonk, the next Doge, the next ship. You just don't know. But something that I figured out is a lot of these meme holders go through a lot of pain of just holding at very, very low micro caps for a long time before these things start to move up. And what I'm trying to do is just diversify all of my plays. Get as many fingers in as many pies as possible, because as all of this China news breaks and all of this bullishness starts to come from the sort of Asia market side of things, everything's going to start to move up, and it could just be a a matter of us all being asleep one night, waking up, and BTC is absolutely ripping ahead with a huge gold candle. Everything's moving with it. And before you know it, you're having to buy in on those big green candles, and nobody wants that. So guys, trade safe during this time. There's a lot of scams going on. Beware that people can get you with links. They can get you with everything. So just beware of scammers, doppelgangers, and anybody pretending to be me on top of that. It's very, very important. We've got more content coming today. We're going to be looking at some different stuff that's been going on in the Luna Classic community. We're looking at another utility token and then taking a look at how XRP's court case is going. That seems to be coming to an end. There's all sorts of different things going on in the XRP community, and you've got to be very careful as to where you get the information from. But the documents, the information we're getting from Brad is really starting to show us that this thing's coming to an end. The fine's not going to be anywhere close to what they are asking for, which was, I think, like $1 billion. I think it's going to be considerably less than that. XRP is going to pay it, and it should be all done and dusted at that point. So we'll get some content out there for you today, guys. Enjoy your bank holiday Monday wherever you are in the world. And other than that, stay safe, stay humble, stay aware. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one.